How are you?
Good. Let my parents know I was streaming. Thanks
Oh,
for doing that.
yeah, absolutely. Nice and early, cold
Yeah.
game today.
I'm getting here, and then like, oh, it's not even open. Like,
Oh,
cool.
really? Was it?
For 15 minutes,
Oh,
like, it
God.
wasn't even open.
Hopefully we don't have another early one tomorrow morning, right?
Yeah, I didn't even look at the scenario.
Yeah.
So, fingers crossed.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, good morning, hockey fans, and welcome to lovely Minnetonka. The Storm Girls are getting ready to take on the Vslkyries. Vslkyries are going to cover that Apple Valley, Burnsville, Eastview area. Minneapolis is wearing the gray jerseys today. Vslkyries in the black and gold. The 16 below before the windshield here at game time. That's outside. Inside, it's slightly warmer. Unfortunately, once again, we're standing underneath some workable heaters here. Girls have concluded warm-ups, and we are ready to go for a face-off. Looks like Johnson Fueler is going to take it from Minneapolis. She's out there with Sturmer playing on the wing today. It's Nora Spear right in front of us, number 5 on the right wing. And we got Sugstad and Klossner backing them up on the blue line. If you're not familiar with this rink, there are not a lot of great viewing options. The stands are limited, so we're set up right in front of the glass today. And hopefully that works out okay at home. Klossner regrouping back in the Minneapolis zone, makes a couple nice moves. She's going to skate it through the neutral zone with some speed. And we got numbers going into the Vslkyries zone. Klossner with the shot and goal. Puck still loose in front. And Vslkyries goaltending will hang on, and we're going to face off in their zone. Good pressure by Minneapolis. That shot coming in from the point was picked by the Vslkyries. Trying to gain some momentum here. They dump it into the Storm zone. This is Lucy Johnson starting out the day on the left side, playing wing. Puck is dumped back in. No icing is the call. Shot from the point is on net, deflected wide in the corner by Boyce. Pesa sending it out of the zone and hit the Vslkyries player's stick and goes all the way down, so no icing. Minneapolis couldn't hold the zone, so Substead sends it back to Klossner, who's getting a lot of pressure. She regroups back behind the Storm blue line, passes it off to her cousin Libby Pacer, who dumps it in. Puck center back in front to Pacer. She got a shot off and hit the side of the net. Klossner from the blue line, good shot, but it hit some traffic in front. Now it's played around to Pacer. She sent one off the wall. It was just a little too far out of the reach of Klossner. Does a good job collecting, gets it to Substad. Now it's Minneapolis getting caught in a little bit of a line change. The puck is sent down back into our zone, but it's an icing. We're going to whistle and a face-off back in the Valkyrie zone. It's Jensen Cook taking the draw for Minneapolis. She wins it. Sturmer got a stick on it, and then it finds its way back to Doff, who got a nice shot off, but it was blocked by a Valkyrie player. And now Minneapolis is working it back through the neutral zone right in front of us. Sturmer tracks the puck down now, but it's played by the Valkyries. They had some speed coming out of the zone, but Jensen Cook did a good job getting her stick on that one to slow things down. Now it's Minneapolis. This is Jensen Cook walking right in, got a shot off. Puck still loose in front. A lot of traffic in the crease there, but Minneapolis unable to put that one home. Valkyrie goaltender doing a good job, and that's going to be a penalty. You can see it right in front of us. The Substad was taken out on the play, and Minneapolis will go on the power play with 7:40 left to go in the first. Good job there by Substad making a play, drawing that penalty on the Valkyries. And we'll see if Minneapolis can capitalize. Good pressure here by Minneapolis, keeping the puck in the zone. Shot from the point, hit some traffic in front. Kept in on the other side by Klossner. She sent it down low, but it was picked off by the Valkyries, and Elsa does a nice job holding off in the first D-to-D pass to Substad because there was pressure there. Sent it over to Franzen, but we're offside, so we're going to face off right in front of us. 14 seconds left to go on the power play for Minneapolis. Nice win there by Jensen Cook. He drops it back to Substad. Substad went D-to-D to Klossner. Elsa makes a nice move, skates it through out of the zone. Unfortunately, ran into the Valkyrie player who was coming out of the penalty box. That slowed things down just enough. Now they're going to wave icing on this one. It looked like Klossner was going to go for a change. The puck scooted right by her. And now it's back on her stick. She's trying to carry it out of the zone. Ran into a Valkyrie player. Kesa blocks a shot. And Minneapolis will clear it. Valkyries now have some numbers coming through the neutral zone. They've got a 2-on-1. A good back check by Jensen Cook. And she was able to help break that one up. Minneapolis being forced to regroup here as Johnson Fueler skates it right in front of us. Drops it back to Doff. Kennedy had it roll off her stick. And the Valkyries will dump it back in. Nice play there by Sturmer. She gets tripped. No call. More time left to go in the first. Minneapolis going to partial line change. So we try and maintain possession in the Valkyrie zone. Johnson Fueler keeps it in at the line. Oh, Lucy Johnson picks that one off and got a nice backhand shot on net. And there's a good save by the Valkyrie Tendy. So Jensen Cook maybe initially won that faceoff, but it was pushed down the ice by a Valkyrie player. That's an icing. And we'll do it all over again at the same spot. 3:42 left to go in the first. Still no score. Jensen Cook again on the dot for Minneapolis. Wins another faceoff. Pushes it ahead this time. Good discipline there by Willa to acknowledge the other two forwards battling in the corner. She backed off, tried to open herself up for a pass in the slot. Substead then keeping it in the zone. She sends it in deep, but it's picked up by the Valkyries, and now they're skating it back the other way. And look out for that girl. She's got some speed. That shot is deflected just wide. Foster getting a lot of pressure this time as she gets the puck out of the zone, but gets a nice pass up to Franzen. Penny's shot is on goal and deflected wide by the Tendy. Johnson comes down. She gets a shot off. Valkyrie's going to try and break it out right in front of us here on the near side. Doc comes in off the bench to make a play and keep the puck in the zone. Jensen Cook walks in and felt a little pressure, and that was defended well by the Valkyries, and they will clear. No icing is the call. Boyce pushes it over to Johnson. He was bringing it out of the zone, but kind of lost it off her stick. Vslkyries keep it in at the line. They get a shot off. It's deflected wide into the corner. Pesa comes down. She collects. She's going to try and skate it out. She does, and now we got a 2-on-1. And that was defended well. Pesa was trying to get the puck over to Franzen. They could not connect. And now the Vslkyries will bring it back in, but a good back check by Minneapolis. Klossner again under pressure. She's trying to escape the puck out of her own zone. And good job Elsa there, using her body and strong skating skills. She gets it across the line. It's a nice shot on goal, but the Vslkyries are once again quick to clear. Klossner across to Substad. Lucy takes it in, gets a shot off. It's defended well. Vslkyries again quick to clear. Johnson now getting some pressure as she scrambles to get the puck then out of the Storm zone. Vslkyries initially hold, but are forced to regroup. I don't know what happened there. They were kind of blocked by the ref. Puck kind of came in at a weird angle, and I'm not sure what happened. Boyce doesn't look too happy with herself right now. And we hate to get those goals against us late in the period. There's only 10 seconds left to go in the first. That's the buzzer. End of the period. The Vslkyries lead by 1. Big shout out to Penny's grandparents. They're checking in, cheering the girls on this morning. Grandma Juju dialing in from Wayzata, cheering Elodie and the team on. It's kind of a relatively quiet, subdued crowd here. It's early, it's cold, it's rink B, but it's hockey day in Minnesota. A lot of great hockey being played here today in and around the state. Capped off by the Wild playing tonight against the Panthers. Should be a lot of fun. We're going to be going over to watch the Minneapolis girls high school team play. They're playing Holy Angels this afternoon in between our game this morning and later today. That should be a good game. And with that, we're about ready for puck drop to start the second period. Here comes Goff. Kennedy skates it into the zone. Runs into a couple of Vslkyrie players. Minneapolis unable to hold the zone. Valkyries back out the other way, but a good back check there by Spear and Johnson. They're able to shut that girl down. Another attempt comes in. And they score. Valkyries go up 2-0. That goal right at the end of the first, and they strike early in the second. This will be a good test for our Storm girls, being down by 2. There's still plenty of time, but kind of being outplayed here a little bit this morning. See if we can turn it around here in the second. Maybe get the next goal and kind of climb back into this thing. Oh, that shot came right through. Johnson Fueler was there. I'm not sure that maybe she saw that puck at the last second to slide through, and the Valkyries are right back in the Storm zone. Klossner weaving her way out. She's got a little daylight here. Elsa gains the zone, goes to the right. Her shot was defended well by that Valkyrie defender. Now the puck's right in front. Johnson Fueler had a backhand shot. Substad gets one from just inside the blue line, but he hits some traffic in front, and the Valkyries clear. That's an offside. .9:43 left to go in the second. Valkyries up by 2. Valkyries unable to hold the line, and they'll get called for an offside as they were unable to clear the zone. Face off right in front of us here. 9:14 left to go in the second. Sturmer taking the job for Minneapolis. She's out there with Cook and Pisa. Good job there by Jensen Cook, getting the puck over across center ice through the neutral zone. She dumps it in. Both teams battling in the corner. Pisa tried to send one in front to Cook, but it was defended well. And now both teams trying to gain possession here in the neutral zone. Minneapolis without a goal so far in this tournament. Pisa got knocked down just in front of the blue line. I don't know if she knocked her head there or not, but she's still down, and we're going to get a whistle. The play will stop, and Coach Collins going to come out and check in on Libby. Will be sitting up, so that's good. Hopefully she just got the wind knocked out of her. Couldn't tell if she bumped her head on the ice or not when she fell backwards, but we also have some of the trainers out there too. So all right, Libby's back on her feet. She's going to skate off to the bench. That's a good sign. Again, hopefully, maybe just the wind knocked out of her, and she'll be back here shortly. We got 7:47 left to go in the second. Face off down in the Minneapolis zone. Vslkyries up by 2. Johnson Fueller is taking the face off for Minneapolis. Klossner gaining control, tried to skate through a few Valkyrie players. And now it's Valkyries. Almost with a breakaway there, but Minneapolis good to defend, and now it's Lucy Johnson skating through a couple defenders, couldn't get the shot off. She ends up getting the shot off, and good save by the Valkyrie goaltender there. Yeah, we get a face-off outside of our zone, which is nice. Johnson Fueller is going to take it. She's out there with Spear and Lucy Johnson. Fueller wins it back. Nice face-off win back to Substad. Lucy walks in, gets a nice shot from the point, but it goes a little wide, but it's collected by Johnson Fueller behind the net. She makes a nice move, tried to go back in front to Spear, but the puck rolled off the end of her stick. Substead, nice shot at the line, gets it to Lucy Johnson. Second shot comes underneath, score! Substead with a nice shot from the high slot area, puts it home, and Minneapolis is on the board. Subby had to work hard for that one on that shift, and in the right spot, pulled the trigger on that shot. And with 6.5 left to play in the second, we find ourselves down by a goal and gaining momentum. Sturmer, nice effort there, trying to get that puck across. Minneapolis holding the line. Jensen Cook got a shot off, but it was blocked by the Valkyries. And now they're coming back the other way. Quick shot went well wide of the net. Valkyries unable to hold the line. The puck slides out into the neutral zone. Off to Franzen, they couldn't connect. Franzen sticking with it along the far wall. She gets tripped up, no call. Valkyries gain the zone. Nice little drop pass back to the point, shots on net. Boyce makes the save. She'll hang on, and we're going to face off. Another nice face-off win by Johnson Fueler and a blocked shot by Avery Johnson. Vslkyries hold the line. Next shot attempt is then blocked by Klossner. And here comes Elsa. Elsa making a couple nice moves. Breaks free. And she scores! Klossner makes an outstanding move and goes to her backhand and ties it up for Minneapolis. The ice is definitely tilted here in the second as it's all tied up at 2 with 4:59 to play in the second. And it's Klossner back on the puck, pushing it forward to Avery Johnson. Johnson tracks it down in the corner. She's defended well. Spears coming down to help. Puck is sent around the other side. Substead comes over to play it. Feeling a little pressure, walks up, drops one down to Jensen Cook. Jensen Cook's shot is on goal. The puck is covered up by the Vslkyries goaltender. A nice face-off win there by Minneapolis. Held in at the line. This is Doc with a shot. Hits some traffic. I think we're going to get a high sticking call. You see Willa getting everyone hyped up here in front of us. Sturmer taking the face-off for Minneapolis. Vslkyries controlling. This girl's got some speed. Wow. That shot is on goal. Nice save there by Boyce. Oh, nice play there by Franzen to come up and block that shot. She didn't know where the puck was initially. That's the Vslkyries gaining the line once again. Gaining the zone, rather. Doth is there to defend. She's going to skate it behind the net. Pushes it over to Franzen. Vslkyries were able to dump it back in, but Jensen Cook was there. She's skating it through the neutral zone. Back across the line, has it poked away. Doth came in to try and play it, but there's a Vslkyrie player there. She was able to disrupt. And now she just out hustles everyone to get puck. And a good save by Boyce, as there's a really good opportunity, scoring opportunity there for the Vslkyries. Boyce got her pads down, she covers up, and we're going to have a face-off in their zone. In our zone, rather. Shot from the point is right on. Boyce made the initial save. Looked like the puck was hanging out there in the crease, but she was able to get her glove on it. And with 3:12 left to go in the second, we have another face-off in our zone. Substead picking up the loose puck. Bounced one off the boards looking for a breakout pass. Couldn't get it, and it was held in by the Vslkyries and now played to the other side. Klossner giving chase into the corner. Substead comes around to pick up the loose puck behind the net. Nice pass up to Pesa, who's back in the game after getting knocked down earlier. Libby battling for it, couldn't get her stick on it. And the Vslkyries will send it down the length of the ice. It was deflected off Substead's stick. One ref was calling off the icing. The other ref blew the whistle. And so, considering the confusion, it won't be an icing. We're just going to go to a center ice face-off. And Sturmer's going to take the draw for Minneapolis. See both teams trying to gain possession in front of us. Vslkyries walk away with it. That shot is on goal and deflected wide by Boyce. Good blocker save. And good pressure here by the Vslkyries as they circle the zone looking for the next opportunity. And another good play by Avery Johnson, stepping up. She walks in, gets a shot up, and she scores! Avery Johnson making an outstanding play in her own zone. Battles for it throughout the neutral zone. Walks in, gets a nice shot off, and gives Minneapolis the lead with a minute 36 left to play in the second. Good to see Avery getting rewarded this morning, and she's been playing really, really well, battling for the puck, skating super hard, making some nice plays, and then gets the go-ahead goal for Minneapolis. Coach just took a puck off the head. All right, well, we're wondering how Minneapolis would react to being down 2 in the second. I'd say they've reacted quite well, come back really strong, taking the lead. We've got a minute 5 left to go in the period. Johnson Fueler taking the face-off for Minneapolis. Vslkyries holding the line. Substead down the plate in the corner. Puck came back out in front. There's a Vslkyries player there, but she couldn't get a solid shot off. Good job by Franson stepping up to block another shot. That's going to be a penalty on the Vslkyries, as Subby was tripped up right behind our net. On a cross check. Guess we're going with the cross check. All right, cross checking is the call. Minneapolis is going back in the power play with a half a minute left to go in the second period. Nice face-off win by Sturmer. She gets back to Klossner. Klossner to Jensen Cook. Nice shot from the point. Puck's loose in front. That was a good save by the Vslkyries Tendy. Puck comes back to Doth. I said Klossner earlier, I meant Doth. Kennedy holds it in. Got a shot off. It was deflected. Now the Vslkyries getting pressured by Minneapolis. Deep in the zone. Under 10 seconds to play in the period. Jensen Cook comes over to get the puck. She walks in, gets a nice shot off at the buzzer. It was saved, and that's the end of the second, where Minneapolis has scored 3 unanswered to take the lead. We'll go into the third period with 1 goal lead and on the power play for another 29 seconds. Hey, how about Grandpa Bob in Racine, Wisconsin? Avery's #1 fan out there. Thanks for dialing in and watching these girls play. It appears to be not much warmer out there. I don't know if it's warm anywhere here in the Midwest, but things are definitely heating up here in Minnetonka going into the third period, especially with the Storm up by a goal. See if we can keep that momentum going here. Looks like there's a little more energy by this Minneapolis group after taking the lead. Coach Rick talking to him right now, giving him the game plan for the third period. Looks like we're going to start out with Sturmer, Cook, and Pesa. Jensen, Cook, and Doth backing them up. Both teams are ready to go. And Vslkyries forgot that they're short-handed here. All right, so we're on the power play for just under a half a minute. Good face-off win by Sturmer. She gets it over to Pesa. Libby skating it right in. Shot is just wide. Doth holding the line. Good shot from the point. Nice save by the Valkyrie Tendy. Pesa tracking it down along the far wall. Good job by Libby coming over and getting physical along the wall, slowing things down. She'll pick up the loose puck. Trying to find Sturmer. Sturmer tracks it down. She skates it right in front of us, gains the zone. She's got Cook breaking in front of the net. Pace on the other side. Libby had it on her stick for a second, but then blew a tire. She goes down, but Jensen Cook gets the puck just in front of the blue line. Her shot hits some traffic in front, goes into the corner where it's picked up by Pesa. Pesa tried for a centering pass to Sturmer, who was picked off by the Valkyries, and they will clear. And just like that, they're also back to full strength. Minneapolis needing a line change. They will get a partial line change. The puck comes back through the neutral zone. A good cross-ice pass over to Cook. Here comes Quinn across the line. Offside is the call. I think the referee was reminding the Valkyries coach that he's calling the game and doesn't need any help from their bench. 10:44 left to go in the third. Minneapolis still up by a goal. Johnson Fueler taking a face-off right in front of it. Wins it to Klossner. She tried to feed one over to Spear, who was defended well. Klossner with the puck on her stick. Makes a couple nice moves. Finds some open ice, and all of a sudden she's all alone. That shot was high and wide. Really good look there for Klossner, and just a heck of a job getting herself out of that little jam and creating some space. Able to get that shot off, and Spears able to hold the line here, and she'll dump it back down in low. Valkyries, though, able to clear in the next attempt. Nice play by Substad. She gets it back to Klossner. Klossner trying to find Spear, but that was defended well. And now it's the Valkyries right back in, but that shot was just a bit outside. And Minneapolis able to clear. Good job by Johnson Fueler getting it over to Spear. Here comes Nora, making a couple nice moves, stick with it, but had like 3 defenders on her. Johnson Fueler coming over to help. Nice little pass back to Spear. Nora makes a couple nice moves. Again, defended well. Couldn't get a shot off. The Valkyries are going to try and break it out again along the near wall. But there's just too much pressure from Minneapolis. And they'll finally get the puck out of the zone. But it was deflected off a Minneapolis stick, so no icing as a call. Jensen Cook with a lot of open ice, found some speed. Unfortunately, found a Valkyrie defender. She slowed things down. And now Minneapolis just trying to get it out of the zone. They succeeded, and now no icing here. We'll pile up in the corner as the puck finds its way back to Lucy Johnson. And we're going to get a penalty here. Okay. And it's going to be a Minneapolis penalty. It's going to be on Franzen. And I missed the call on that one, but with 8:16 left to go in the third, we're going to be short-handed. Valkyrie's holding the zone. Shot comes in. Boyce made the save. Second shot attempt. Another glove save. Third shot and a third consecutive save. This time Boyce will hang on and we'll get another face-off. Good face-off win there by Lucy Johnson. Puck picked up by Jensen Cook. Here comes Willa. Willa's skating it out. She's got a little daylight. Gets it across the line. Nice shot. And a good save by the Valkyrie goaltender. Pesa trying to slow things down in the corner. She does. Jensen Cook with another shot on goal. Looked like it hit a defender in front. And was deflected wide. Doth holding the line. She'll send the puck down low. Valkyrie's able to break it out. Clock ticking down on their power play. That's an offside call, and there's just 1 second left to go on the penalty for Minneapolis. Nice face-off win for Minneapolis. Klossner makes a nice move behind the net. Reverses course. Drops it to Substead. Subby gives it back to Klossner. Then Klossner is trying to find Johnson Fueller. They couldn't connect, but Johnson Fueller picks up the loose puck. Defended well by the Valkyries. They break it out. And now they try and get something going back in the Minneapolis end. This should be an icing. Yeah, so with 6.5 left to go in the third. That is an icing call. Face-off will be back down into the Storm zone. Nice face-off win there by Sturmer. Got it over to Jensen Cook, who's trying to skate it up the near wall. Ran into a tough Valkyrie defense. They hold the line, but not for long, as Avery Johnson makes a nice play to get it up to Spear. Nora wisely sends it in deep. Goff once and again holding the line. First shot hits some traffic in front. Just saying that puck was tipped by Minneapolis, so no icing. And Goff is trying to skate it up, but ran into a defender. Puck spraying loose. And now it's Nora trying to make a play at center ice, but that was defended well, and the Valkyries dump it back in. 5:19 left to play in the third. Minneapolis still up by a goal. Nice pass over to Johnson. Here comes Avery, who's had a heck of a game, trying to just force it into the Valkyrie zone. Minneapolis almost caught with too many players on the ice. They had two girls standing just outside the door there. They got back in time, and no call was made. That's an offside call. 4:46 left to go in the third. Vslkyries right back across the line, and a good play there by Substab to poke that puck away and slow that girl down. It's a very speedy number 87 for the Vslkyries. She's been all over the ice here this morning. Icing is the call. Vslkyries win that face-off. Shot came back from the point, but it was well wide of the net. Substab picking up the loose puck. She's going to skate it out right in front of us, trying to push it forward deep into the Vslkyries zone. There's a little pile up here right in front of us. The Vslkyries walk away with it. And that shot was going wide, but Boyce gets her glove out there. She'll hang on and we'll get another face-off with just under 4 minutes to play here in the third. Minneapolis still up by a goal. Sturmer's coming over to the face-off dot. She's been really good with face-offs here this year. Wins the face-off, gets it to Pesa. Pesa was able to skate it through the neutral zone and gain the Vslkyries zone temporarily, but number 87, that speedy number 87 was there. And now Minneapolis is being forced to try and gain possession and break the puck out of her own zone. Vslkyries coming back here with a lot of speed. And Goff is going to go for a trip here. And I'm not sure if it was Dot's stick or that girl caught an edge, but her stick was close enough to her skates. I could even lose on the bench. He's shaking his head, presumably at Kennedy, not the ref. Anyway, Vslkyries on the power play, 2:54 left to go in the third, and I think they're calling a timeout. Big shout out to Gretchen cheering Elsa on from Wisconsin. A lot of relatives, grandparents wishing that they were here right now. Fortunately, we're able to dial in and watch this amazing group of girls play, battle back here from a 2-goal deficit, and now looking to hang on with just under 3 to play in the third. We're going to have to do it short-handed here for the next minute. Coach Rick bringing out the board. Vslkyries drawing up a play, trying to tie this thing up. A little bit of suspense here going on in a really Saturday morning, a cold Saturday morning. We got to love it. All right, so we got Spear taking the draw from Minneapolis. Vslkyries win it. That shot was blocked by Substab. Lucy tried to clear. Shot came in from the point, but it again hit some traffic in front. Loose puck again in front. Good job by Minneapolis, and that's Avery Johnson picking up the loose change and skating it out. Good job there by Avery. And a nice play by Klossner just to send the puck in. We're unable to clear the zone, but she was feeling some pressure and made the wise decision just to fire it in, take the offside, and we're going to face off now at center ice. Valkyries controlling, gaining the zone. And now walking in, shot on goal, saved by Boyce. Second opportunity was deflected wide. Valkyries holding the line. Nice play by Substad to block that shot. And then it's Avery Johnson once again getting the clear for Minneapolis. Clock ticking down on the dot penalty. Valkyries dump it in. And Valkyries have also pulled their goaltender. Johnson Fueler off the bench, skates it right in front of us, bounces it off the board. That's Substad skating it in. We got an empty net on the other side here. Valkyries clear, and they're going to wave off icing as Klossner comes down to pick it up. She sends it around for Johnson. Puck slipped past her, held in at the line by the Valkyries, and now picked up by Klossner. Klossner had it taken away, and the Valkyries got a shot off, but it went wide. Now it's Johnson Fueler. She was able to clear. And with just over a minute to play, Spear was trying to find someone. Unfortunately, it was picked up by the Valkyries, and they'll dump it back in. Klossner, changing direction, feeling some pressure, finding a little daylight. Klossner will skate it out of the zone. She takes a shot, and it's just wide. I thought she took that shot on the other side of the center ice red line. No icing is called, and we got a half a minute left to play here as the Valkyries pick up the loose puck and skate it into the Minneapolis zone. That shot goes wide. Jensen Cook comes over to pick it up. She reverses course, sends it around the dot. Dot trying to clear. Valkyries are there, preventing the clear. And now both teams trying to get possession in the puck. Valkyries trying for a centering pass. That was defended well and broken up by the Minneapolis defense. That's the buzzer. And the game, as Minneapolis scores 3 unanswered to come back and win it this morning by a score of 3-2. Good effort by the Minneapolis squad, battling back on a cold Saturday morning. Okay, so we're going to be back on later this afternoon at 5:30. We're going to be playing in the other Minnetonka rinks, so we should have a better viewing situation. We're going to take on Forest Lake at 5:30. Should be a lot of fun. Thanks for tuning in and supporting these girls and cheering them on. They were awesome this morning, and